Today I'm up here at Mount Spokane State Park again. Coming in on the west side between Hay Ridge and Missouri Ridge, up the drainage of the South Fork of the Little Deep Creek, kind of off the side. Basically, I'm at the end of Day Mount Spokane Road. I think this is typically used for mountain biking and snowmobiling. I've hiked here a couple of times. Not doing anything super ambitious today. Been sick for the last week and some change. I'm supposed to be doing a 1 hour and 15-minute trail run, but I've had quite a bit of crud, phlegm in my lungs, things like that. So taking it easy as I work my way back into my fitness routine, and just doing a pretty moderate hike with very little elevation gain for an hour and 15 minutes. So I figured this would be a good start. Pretty beautiful day out. Yeah. Slightly overcast, which is nice. It's been in the high 90s lately in Spokane. Unbearably hot. Typical Mount Spokane foliage. Basically just hiking up an old logging road, I assume. Got some snowberries here. Sometimes called popcorn berries. They are edible, but apparently they taste. I've never had a snowberry before, so I'm gonna give it a try. It's a little bitter. Tastes a little like grass. Kind of sweet flavor initially, and bitter after that. Not the worst. Better than a bitter cherry. Ooh, what is this trail? It's been about a year since I've been up. Maybe 2 years since I've come up on the west side here. I don't remember this trail being here. Let's explore it. Trail 182 apparently, Mount Spokane. It does look fairly new. Pretty gentle trail so far. I think I've climbed a little over 150 feet. Again, typical trees. Seeing quite a bit of ponderosa pines, some firs picking up, and a couple of cedars. It's pretty typical. Haven't seen too many ferns yet. I think I've got some dogwood here in the understory, and some other stuff I'm not familiar with. I need to improve my shrub identification. There's the remnants of, I don't know, some structure. Some sort of building that tore down. Honestly can't tell how old this trail is. If I just missed it the last time I was up here. Wasn't really looking for side trails. Just following the main trail up to Smith Gap. It's a nice trail though. Looks like it's mostly seen foot traffic of humans and horses. There's horse dung everywhere. Decent size, maybe dime sized chunk of muscovite, part of Mount Spokane's 2 mica granite. This is one of those micas. Here's a bigger chunk of the Mount Spokane 2 mica granite. Well, I've just hit a little over 40 minutes, and I'm gonna hit my hour and 15 time limit goal. I should turn around now. Took me about 35 minutes to get back to the car. I definitely haven't hiked the whole distance of trail 182. I have hit about 500 feet of elevation gain. So I'm curious to see how far up it goes. Maybe it goes all the way up to the top of Mount Kit Carson. Maybe a little, I don't know. But I think I'm gonna come back and explore it. I'm tempted to not look up the details on the trail and just hike from one end of the trail to the other. Actually, I think that's what I'm gonna do. Maybe later this week, maybe on my next R&R. Yeah, so I guess follow along for part 2 to see where this trail goes. We'll call it an adventure trail. Yeah, an adventure trail. This really is a pleasant little hike. It feels a lot more secluded than most of the areas on Mount Spokane when you access it by the State Route 96 up to Mount Spokane, and you go into all the most commonly used parking lots like the hairpin turn and one lower down, and yeah, all those. Anyways, obviously a lot less traffic. Typically I would see 3 or 4 people or more, depending on the day, on any given Mount Spokane trail. Sometimes it can be pretty crowded, particularly in the wintertime when snowshoeing, strangely. Especially if you're near the Ball Knob campground picnic area. Today I did see 2 people with 4 dogs. That was it though, and I haven't seen anybody else. Also, I don't hear the sounds of cars driving up and down the road like you would typically hear on pretty much all the other trails on Mount Spokane near the ski slope. So this is pretty nice. I definitely like this and be visiting it again. Well, made it back to the parking lot. As you can see right there, super packed. 1 car, just mine. Low traffic area is pretty nice. Let's see, how many miles have I done so far? A little over 2.5, 2.6 miles for an hour and 15 minutes. Pretty much bang on what I expected. Not bad, a little short training hike. Definitely feels nice to be outside after being cooped up in the house and in bed for a week. Anyways, I'm not sure exactly when I'm gonna come back here again. Maybe later this week. Next week I have Alpinism 2, which is a alpine training course with American Alpine Institute. Did that last year with them for part 1 and climbed Mount Baker. Don't think I ever made a video of it. I'll show you some pictures of. Not sure if I'll make a video of it this time either. Definitely throw some pictures up on Old Man Woodwoes at Instagram, so check that out. Yeah, see how it goes. See you next time.